When you put the whole picture together, recycling is the right thing to do. Hello, my name is Yahaira Molina, and today I want to inform you about why recycling should become a law. I also want to persuade you to take a stance against harming our environment. Did you know that Americans make more than 200 million tons of garbage each year, enough to fill Busch Stadium from top to bottom twice a day? The average person generates over 4 pounds of trash every day and about 1.5 tons of solid waste per year. We also generate 21.5 million tons of food waste each year. If we compost that food, it would reduce the same amount of greenhouse gas as taking 2 million cars off the road. You may ask yourself, what is recycling and why is it important? Recycling is the process of converting waste materials into reusable objects to prevent waste of potentially useful materials, help air and water pollution by decreasing the need for waste disposal and lowering greenhouse gas emissions compared to plastic production. By recycling, people can prevent millions of tons of material from entering landfills and saving that space for garbage that cannot be repurposed. Recycling is important because we are responsible for preserving and protecting our resources for ourselves and future generations. Recycling should become a law because not only does it benefit the economy, but it also benefits the environment as well. For instance, the United States Environmental Protection Agency explains how they did a study to analyze the numbers of jobs, wages, and tax revenues attributed to recycling and found that in a single year of recycling and reusing activities in the United States accounted for 750,000 jobs, $36.6 million in wages, and $6.7 billion in tax revenues. This equals to 1.57 jobs, $76,000 in wages, and $14,000 in tax revenues for every 1,000 tons of materials recycled. The Telus Institute also estimated that 1.5 million more jobs could be created over the next 20 years as recycling rates in this country improve. Recycling also benefits the environment by conserving energy, reducing air and water pollution, and also reducing greenhouse gases. In a study by Stanford recycled compost and reduced 62% of its waste and reduced landfill by 35%. The results were cleaner air and water pollution, less pollution, more forest land, and reduced greenhouse gases. Stanford also explains how the paper, glass, metals, plastic, and organic materials Stanford recycled save a total of about 70,481 million BTUs of energy, enough energy to power nearly 600 homes per year. Stanford recycling efforts last year reduced greenhouse gas emissions by about 2,447 metric tons of carbon NTCE, equivalent to taking 1,889 cars off the road per year, conserving 1,009,600 gallons of gasoline. As you see, producing products using recovered rather than raw materials uses significantly less energy, which results in less burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas, but also helps the economy to give jobs and earn easy money by just recycling. Some might believe that every person should have the choice of whether or not to recycle. For instance, some might argue that forcing people to be environmentally conscious would be opening the door to forcing other environmental issues, such as forcing a person to limit the amount of fuel they use or the amount of water someone might consume or use. I do understand some may want recycling to be a choice rather than a law, but there is no reason not to recycle. People are just lazy. Plastic is being dumped into our oceans and landfills. Recycling is not rocket science. This law would benefit everyone and the environment, and all you have to do is throw your trash in the recycling bin instead of the trash can. We need to protect our environment. Pollution and waste have been ruining the world for decades now, and humans haven't bothered to do something about it. This being said, I believe recycling should become a law. Not only would it help our economy by giving thousands of jobs to people in need, but it would also help our environment with cleaner air and water pollution. Now that I have discussed with you why recycling should become a law, let's review. Recycling should become a law to help save our planet by clearing up our air and water pollution, but to also open up opportunities for those who need a job and help our economy. I do understand that some might want recycling to be a choice, but I believe it should become a law. If you love someone, you help them, right? Well, if you love our planet, then help by recycling.